Hello friends, today we are going to read Frida Kahlo and her Animalitos. There are a lot of Spanish words in this that, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to pronounce. So if you know how to pronounce them, if you could tell me in the comments, that would be amazing. So we'll get to it. And Frida Kahlo is one of my favorite artists of all time. This is a story of a little girl named Frida, who grew up to be one of the most famous painters of all time. Frida was special. This is also the story of 2 monkeys, a parrot, 3 dogs, 2 turkeys, an eagle, a black cat, and a fawn. They were Frida's pets, and they were special too. Frida had a parrot named Bonito. Like her parrot, Frida was colorful. She liked to wear bold shades that celebrated indigenous Mexico and her own heritage. She lived in a house the color of the parrot's bright blue feathers, La Casa Azul, where she grew up with her mom, dad, and sisters. La Casa Azul means the blue house. Frida had a pet fawn named Granzo. Like her fawn, Frida had watchful, beautiful eyes. When Frida closed her eyes, she remembered her life as a little girl. Frida was always with her father, a photographer who taught her to look at the world through curious eyes. Frida and her father would walk to the park to collect bugs and to collect bugs that they would look at underneath the microscope. Frida's father also taught her how to paint finishing touches on his photographs. Frida loved the small brushes and the beautiful colors. Frida had a cat with black, shiny fur, the same color as her long, dark hair. Like the cat, Frida was playful, but as a child, Frida couldn't always play. When Frida was sick, she got very sick. She was in bed for a long time, but little Frida didn't get sad or bored. Instead, she used her breath to make mist on the window, and then she drew a door with her fingers. Sometimes I'm sure that you guys do that. If you're on the bus and it's really cold outside, you can go, and then you can draw little things on there. It's super fun. Frida used her big imagination and curious eyes to walk out the door with a magic friend, a little girl who danced and played like a kitten. Frida was independent like a cat. Frida's sickness left one of her legs different from the other, and children made fun of her. But this didn't stop Frida from skating and riding bikes and rowing on the lakes of Chapultepec Park, which is a place in Mexico, so that her leg could get stronger. Frida was not afraid to do things other little girls didn't usually do. She wore overalls and boxed and wrestled. Frida had 2 spider monkeys, Fu Lang Chang and Camito del Guaybal. Like her monkeys, Frida could be mischievous, even when she was a teenager. When Frida was 15, she went to a school called La Preparatoria, which is a prep school, and found a group of friends she loved. Like Frida, her friends were curious to learn all they could. Together they read, studied, and argued, and sometimes even got in trouble, wearing matching caps. They rode donkeys through the halls of the La Preparatoria and set off firecrackers. Super dangerous. Frida had an eagle named Gutridis. Like her eagle, Frida's imagination could fly high. When Frida was 18, she was in a terrible accident, and once again she had to be in bed for many months. This time, Frida didn't create a magic friend, she created art. Frida's mother made her a special easel and hung a mirror over her canopy bed so Frida could paint. Frida used her imagination and curious eyes to do just that. And this is a quote from Frida. "Feet, what do I need you for when I have wings to fly?" And if those weren't enough pets, Frida had 2 turkeys and 3 dogs. Signor Zotto, Signorita Capolina, and Signora Costi. Frida's turkeys were intelligent and sensitive, just like herself. And, like Frida, her dogs were warm and loving. When she was lonely or sad, she would wrap her arms around them and they would comfort her. Her Zolo dogs were the same breed that ran and hunted with the Aztecs thousands of years ago, and a reflection of Frida's heritage, of which she was very proud. Frida's dogs had no hair, but their bodies were warm, and Frida gave them great big hugs whenever she felt sad or lonely. So the Zolo dogs are actually in the movie Coco. So if you remember Dante, the spirit dog, he was actually a Zolo. Frida's Animalitos were spirited and entertaining, just like Frida. When her 2 spider monkeys were being good, Frida would hold them like babies. When they were being mischievous, they would steal socks and fruits and leap through windows so no one could catch them. Her parrot, named Bonito, liked to snuggle under the covers while Frida took naps and would do tricks at the dinner table for pats of butter. Sorry if you hear a jingle, that's my cat right now. Frida's Animalitos played all day in the courtyard at La Casa Azul, the bright blue house on Londres Street. Her husband, Diego Rivera, even made the animals a pyramid to climb on so that her pets could roam freely. Diego Rivera was actually a famous artist as well, so 2 artists in the family, how cool. When Frida painted, her pets would keep her company, and Frida painted all the time. While the birds sang, the dogs barked, and the turkeys danced in the garden. Frida's animals were her children, her friends, and her inspiration. Frida painted when she was sick and hurting, and Frida painted when she was happy. She also painted when Diego was gone and she was sad. But Frida was never really alone at La Casa Azul, the bright blue house on Londres Street. She had her Animalitos and herself, and she painted both. Frida painted herself with Fulong Chang playing with ribbons. She painted herself with Bonito the parrot and Signor Zotto the dog. She painted her black cat too, peeking over her shoulder. Frida painted herself with all of the pets she loved so much, and even butterflies and caterpillars. Her paintings were magic. And today, if you visit La Casa Azul in Coyoacán, just outside of Mexico City, you might hear the sound of a bird or see a black cat jump from pyramid that sits in the courtyard with the bright blue house on Londres Street, where Frida and her Animalitos lived so many years ago. And this is actually a picture of Frida right there. How amazing is she? So in this book, we learned about how Frida lived in a bright blue house on Londres Street, right outside of Mexico City. We also learned that she had lots of animals, lots of pets that actually her husband, Diego Rivera, who was also an artist, made a little pyramid for her. And we also learned that she painted a lot of these animals in her self-portraits with her. So, I hope that you learned something today. I hope I get to see you soon, and I hope you guys stay safe. Bye-bye, friends.